The Phillies look to get a split in the series against the Miami Marlins as they get ready for Game 4 of the four-game series. Welcome to episode 14 of the Phillies Fan Podcast here on Big Fan Sports. I'm your host, Jaden Harper, and before we get into the breakdown of today's game, to remind you I will be live for today's game at 1:35 Eastern Time. Obviously, weather permitting, but I will be live at 1:35 for the finale of the four-game series in between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Miami Marlins, so make sure to check that out. And talking about the weather does not look great for today's game in between the Phillies and the Marlins around 2 o'clock until around 11 tonight. There's supposed to be rain and thunderstorms in the area in Philadelphia in Citizens Bank Park, so that is obviously a situation to monitor prior to today's game. Obviously, it might not happen if this weather holds out. It also could be bad considering the fact that the Phillies and the Marlins don't play again until August. And knowing the Phillies so far this season, they have not been afraid to start games and not finish them, or start them and have long rain delays. So we will see what happens with that. But as of right now, the Phillies and Marlins are scheduled to play at 1:35, and it will be Yanni Chirinos on the mound for Miami against Ranger Suarez for the Philadelphia Phillies. Ranger has been absolutely incredible this year. A 1.83 ERA this season, a 2.05 ERA this month in 26 innings, 22 strikeouts, only 3 walks allowed in his start so far this month. And that includes in London, a series that you see a lot of home runs, a lot of hits. He was able to shut down the Mets offense. Against Miami in his career, it's a 2.89 ERA in 8 starts, 19 games pitched, 65 innings pitched, 66 strikeouts. So Ranger Suarez has been very, very good against Miami in his career. He threw 7-inning shutout against Miami earlier this season in May when they played down in Miami. So hopefully he can recreate that today if we do get a full game. And another Philly who's had success in their career against the Miami Marlins has been Trey Turner. Today is his 31st birthday. This will be the 101st game he has played against Miami today. In his first 100 games against Miami, he has 27 stolen bases, 16 home runs, a 787 OPS. He's been able to get on base. He's been able to slug against Miami. He's had great success against Miami. Since coming back from his IL stint, he has honestly been able to get on base. He's been one of the best on-base hitters on the Phillies this season. Since his injury, he's batting a 296, 809 OPS, 5 extra base hits, and 3 RBIs. He has not stolen a base yet, so that's obviously a little concerning considering the biggest part of Trey Turner's game is his speed, and he has been able to steal as many bases since his return. But that is also expected. When somebody gets hurt, you're kind of expecting them to not, be as fast or be, willing to still steal so many bases, because he has returned before people expected him to, and he didn't do a rehab assignment. So obviously it's expected that Trey isn't going to steal as many bases, or he's not going to run at full speed, he's not going to have as many doubles. Obviously the power's been a struggle for him, only 3 home runs this whole season. Even before his injury, he's not had the most power this year, but again, he has been like a late bloomer in his time with Philly last year. Obviously, he didn't get the power and anything started until the standing ovation that was last August, and then he went on a monster tear from August to September and into the postseason for the Phillies. So the concern level on Trey Turner is not high, and he has been huge for the Phillies' success since he's come back from the injured list. The Phillies have a 82% chance, 82.9% chance to win tonight's game against the Miami Marlins. It's their largest of the series. Obviously, today with Ranger Suarez on the mound, he's right now the leading candidate to win the National League Cy Young Award. There's a very good chance in a couple weeks that he will be starting the All-Star game down in Arlington, Texas. So Ranger Suarez has everything going for him right now, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him absolutely dominate again today against the Marlins. The Phillies need him with the offense struggling. Obviously, Miami has outscored the Phillies in this series, even though they got shut out in a game. They've outscored the Phillies 10-8 in this series. The Phillies scored a run in every single game. Miami got shut out on Friday night, but still, the Marlins have outscored the Phillies. So the Phillies need Ranger Suarez today for a lockdown start with the offense struggling. We'll see what happens. Again, I will be live at 1:35 for this game, so make sure to check that out. That'll allow us to have post-game coverage if this game even gets played. Even now, I will still be here for post-game. And then at 7 o'clock, I will be live for the Rangers and the Orioles Sunday Night Baseball. Very good, very intriguing matchup, to make sure to check that out too. Thank you for watching episode 14 of the Phillies Fan Podcast, and I'll see you next time.